Yes, it is. Well, it was quiz time 10 minutes ago. It's quiz time now because it's absolutely free to do the quiz, and tonight you can win alcohol, and you can also win £500. £500 tonight.
My name is Alan Hazley, and I'm a local quizmaster around Glasgow, providing quizzes to pubs. I started off just going to quizzes with my friends. It was a good way to sort of keep the group together after school. So, well, the ones of us that were staying in Glasgow sort of went to universities around Glasgow. We'd sort of go to a regular quiz on a Monday, which was nice. And then after a while, the guy who hosted the quizzes decided to start his own big company. So I got taken on as an office worker there, putting together quizzes and stuff, and presenting the odd one. Then he had to leave the country, so I sort of inherited the company once he left.
Nice. And then, so you've been running that since then?
Yeah, I've been running that. So it was September 2007 when he left, so I've been doing it since then.
I think Alan's really good. He's probably one of the best. I think he learned his skills from Dr. Paul, who's like a quiz legend, especially around Glasgow. And Dr. Paul, when he left Glasgow, franchised this quiz out, and Alan was one of the first to take over the franchise. So I think he learned a lot from Dr. Paul, but his is one of the best, I would say.
It's 4 a week, one a night, Monday to Thursday. Monday is Velvet Elvis in Partick. Then on Tuesday it's Paisley for the Bull Inn. Wednesday is Dram in Woodlands Road, and then Thursday is the Big Slope.
It always has a good atmosphere on a Monday. I've been to pub quizzes where it's just dead, and I mean the questions, like obviously he does it all himself, and he does the sheets that he works out, and he's got different rounds, so it's a lot of fun. And you can tell some when the regulars come down as well, they have a right good time, so it's something different, something that's kind of for everyone, I guess.
Well, we do 5 or 6 rounds. We try to vary the structure most weeks just to try and keep it a bit fresh, but it always starts with the showbiz round, which is supposed to be a nice, easy, well not easy, but easing people into it.
Round 1's the showbiz round. It's maybe a little bit more difficult tonight. Number 1, which famous American movie figure starred in, directed and co-wrote the screenplay for the 1941 movie Citizen Kane? Famous movie. Which famous American starred in, directed and co-wrote the screenplay for Citizen Kane?
Well, from there we usually do the picture round, which is 5 different pictures a week on different themes. After that it's a sort of mixed round 3. Sometimes it's questions on a theme, or sometimes the answers have a connection, or sometimes it's a who am I question.
So how does the who am I question?
Well, the who am I question would be, we would have 5 sets of clues to try and identify a famous person. They would get progressively easier, but you would get more points for answering it earlier on.
So the quicker you answer, the more points you get?
The quicker you answer, the more points you get, exactly. But if you answer early and get it wrong, you get no points, so there's a sort of risk-reward. After that is the music round, which is usually 5 clips of music sort of spread across the decades, although it might be 5 TV themes or 5 movie soundtracks. After that it's the general knowledge round, which is just 5 straightforward general knowledge questions, but that's also usually the jokes round.
Okay, yeah, there we go. It is time for the jokes round. Yeah.
People do like to think they're funny, but when you ask them for a joke, they can't come up with one.
What does a happy shark sing?
I don't know, what does a happy shark sing?
Anyone know? It's a good joke.
And then it's into the final round, which is usually true or false, but it's just 5 statements or facts from the news or whatever, and you have to say if they're true or false.
Number 1, in the 1990s, basketball player Michael Jordan legally changed his middle name to Slam Dunk.
Yeah, and the top team at the quiz usually wins an alcohol prize, and they'll get first shot at winning the money, but we try to keep that open So if the top team don't get a shot at the money, the second place team will get a go, and we'll keep going to try and keep teams interested in the quiz, even if they've not had much chance of winning it.
Well, you can change it or you can keep it. If you get it right, you get 500 quid. And what year was Bewitched first on TV? What are we going for? It's a final answer. 1964. Oh, it's not looking here. And if I can get my left hand to work, we'll see that 1964 is the right answer!
In Glasgow is really good. There's a lot of new quizzes emerging all the time, so it means that existing quizmasters have got to be kept on their toes. There are a lot of quizzes now that are smartphone quizzes, and the younger generation seem to be attracted to that. I think luckily with me and Alan's sort of quizzes, people just like good old-fashioned fun, you know, paper and pen and jokes, and maybe the odd Play-Doh round is what people are looking for.
Our quiz is sort of halfway between traditional and the sort of new age of quizzing, if that's even a term, which it probably isn't. You do get quizzes you still go to where it is just 60 or 70 questions and that's it. There's no pictures, there's no music. I like to have a bit of variety in there.
The format of this quiz, I like the kind of mix that he brings with the different rounds. I think some of the ones that we've been to so far are on the other end of the spectrum where they're really too hard or they're ridiculously too easy.
It's a nice range, some stuff about TV, music, America, Britain, and a few number of things which are always a bit tricky for us, but yeah, it's good fun.
I've only been to a couple of other quizzes, but I think this one has the most, I think it's the best organised quiz, and Alan's quite funny as well.
It's great to see the same faces every week, and it's
quite humbling.
It is very humbling.
He just loves his job, and that's really nice to see.
I think he's being himself. He's not trying to play to the gallery. He's not trying to sort of be popular. You know, he's just doing it how he wants, rather than being sort of a contrived version of a quizmaster.
He'll make jokes in between. He'll repeat the questions if you ask. He's quite friendly, so he's approachable and stuff. So he's just a good host in general.
Oh, we love him. He's our favourite quizmaster. He's dedicated, so we're dedicated.
There is a sort of there's a friendly rivalry, I would say, between the quizmasters in Glasgow. I can certainly think of 6 or 7 people who do it majorly part-time or full-time as a business.
We don't usually share this, but Glasgow Quizmasters, we have our own magic circle, if you like. So if you have been vetted by the other Quizmasters in the group, you get invited in to our secret circle, and then we share information and questions and ideas for rounds and stuff like that. So I don't think I would have been able to go on being a Quizmaster as long if it hasn't been for all the help from Alan and the other boys in the group.
I can see myself certainly carrying on for a good while. There's no reason to stop. It's actually quite a very good job. A lot of freedom that comes from being self-employed.
And do you love what you do then?
I do love what I do, which is handy. There's not too many people that do.
So how did this week go then?
I felt this week went quite well. It was a fairly average week for the quiz. Everyone seemed to enjoy themselves. There was no real acrimony, despite there being some big jackpots. And we managed to give away quite a lot of money on Monday as well. So I think it's a huge win on Monday. That's the biggest we've given away for a long time. £500, yeah. All in all, a great week, yeah. We'll go away now and do all the questions and the music rounds for next week, yeah.